Hi everyone and welcome back. Thank you for watching today. Today I'm working on a process video for a layout, again for the Hip Kit Club, and this was for a challenge issued and it was based on a mood board. And here's a close-up of the mood board that was given. Lots of pretty colors, black, white, pink, gold, little bit of a mint green. So that's what I'm working on today. I'm putting together the layout that I created for the challenge. And so I just want to, before I get started, say thank you so much again for all of my new subscribers. And if this is your first time or you're a new subscriber, let me say thank you. I do appreciate it. I'm just amazed at the support in the YouTube community. And just want to say thank you so much for watching. And there's so many great videos out there. And so that the fact that you take the time to watch mine and leave a comment, I really appreciate that. So thank you again. And so I'm working on, also let me say thank you so much for your sweet comments about our Macs that passed. I had mentioned that in my last video. And thank you so much for your sweet comments and messages that you left on YouTube as well as Facebook. I do appreciate those, and still an adjustment, and we are getting used to that. There's so many daily reminders of him. It's much harder than I thought it would ever be to lose a pet that you're so close to, but we're getting through that. And so thank you so much for your sweet comments, and I'll get back to the layout. So what I'm doing here is I am just using the pink as my base. That was the two things that stuck out to me most was obviously the black and white and then the pink. So those were going to be my primary colors that I was working with in the layout. And then I was going to add in some gold and then a little bit of the green, the mint green. You're going to see me add in a little bit there. And so I started with the pink base, the pink cardstock. As I said before, I don't use color cardstock in my backgrounds a lot. Even though I've said that, it seems like that's just about all I've been doing lately. But I do primarily like to use, a white, more of a neutral color. But I did like the pink background for this layout. And so I'm using mostly the Hip Kit Club. You will see me add a few elements in from my stash. The heart pick, that's from Studio Calico. The striped I Love You card, I believe that is from a Me and My Big Ideas set that I found at Michael's some time ago. I've hoarded that card and been saving it, and so I thought, well, I'll pull it out and use it on this layout. And so there's just a few things that I am adding to the layout that wasn't in the kit, but for the most part, the papers and everything is from the Hip Kit Club for October. And I'm pulling out some of those Dear Lizzie alphas, the gold, and the white and gold. I was trying to decide which one I wanted to use, and I remembered I do have the gold that I've already used part of a package, so rather than start a new one, I was going back to the one that's partially used and pulling those out first. So this is a layout. The picture that I'm using here is of my sweet niece. Her nickname is Coco, and she actually lives in California, and so she lives quite a few states away. And we used to live in California. We moved from California about 6 years ago. And so Coco was actually born after we had moved. My sister, this is the sister of Brooklyn, which I did on one of my other videos. And so there's 4 children in her family. And Coco was born after we moved from California. And we're just such a close family. I'm so close to my nieces and nephews, and especially the ones in California I don't get to see very often. I miss them terribly. But even though Coco was born after we moved, we're still very close. She loves to FaceTime. She is such a little girly girl. Her nickname is Coco. It's kind of funny because she has a beautiful name. Her real name is Adoration Capri. And it's kind of a funny story. Behind that is her sister, Brooklyn, I think she's 10 now. And so when my sister was pregnant with Coco, they're trying to think of a girl name and trying to think of what to come up with. And my other niece, Brooklyn, just out of the blue, said, well, I think her name should be Adoration Capri. And my sister and my brother-in-law were kind of like looked at each other like, where in the world did that come from? I mean, that's just not a name that, I think at the time she was 5 or 6. That's just not a name that age group would just pick and come out of the blue with. It was so funny. And so they kind of looked at each other and like, well, gosh, that's really pretty. And so they gave it some thought. That's what they ended up naming her. Is her real name is Adoration Capri, but they call her Coco. And so she is a girly girl, through and through. She loves frills, she loves foof, she loves to play, dress up, but yet on the other hand, she's super tough and a tomboy and will go up against a boy any day. She is not afraid of dirt or anything, so she's a perfect contrast of a little girl. And so, of course, she does have 3 older siblings, so she has to be tough because they kind of keep her on her toes. But so anyway, she's a lot of fun. So I just thought this picture of her, I think this was from, I want to say Easter, a picture of her all dressed in her foofy pink dress. I thought, well, that would be great to use on this layout. So that is just a little bit of background behind the photo, and also just a little insight to maybe to our private life and family. I know sometimes you watch, videos and it's like, well, who is this? Who is this person or who is this child that they're doing layouts of? And I kind of like to know. I like to get to know the people that I watch on YouTube, and I love to hear the stories behind the photos that they're doing. So that's just a little bit of the story there about our sweet Coco. And so now I'm just adhering again with my glue gun. I try not to use the glue gun directly on photos. I can't say that I've never done it, but for the most part, I use my ATG, especially on the photos. Everything else, I'm okay with using the glue gun. I just find it holds a little bit better on some of those heavier pieces and layered pieces. So I will use my glue gun here and there on that. And again, I'm digging through my stash of my leftover ephemera and die cuts there. I'm just trying to find some pieces to add up in the upper left corner to kind of add a little bit of balance to the page. Trying to figure out something to use there. The love clip that you see, that was actually from a Freckled Fawn kit that I received, and so I thought the gold added a great little touch there. Like I said, I wanted to bring in some touches of gold, as well as the little gold clip in the right hand corner. That is from Studio Calico. And then I think the heart pick is also from Studio Calico, a pack that I received, I think in maybe a Project Life kit or something, I can't remember, but I did have that, so pulled that in. The glassine bag with the gold glitter tape, that came in another kit, which I said in a previous video. I save everything, all of my bags that I get in kits and things, and I think that came in some kind of kit that I got, and it already had the gold glitter tape on there, so I just left it and used that as a layering piece under my photo. And so I'm just trying to add, again, some little flags in the upper left-hand corner. Just kind of bring a balance there. And I'm just about wrapping up my October kit. I mean, I think I have just about killed that thing. I've got just a few small pieces left. I don't even know that I can get another layout out of it, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty happy with what I've completed. I've done quite a few projects and layouts with that. And so I'm really happy. I'm waiting for my November kit and actually getting started on my December album that I do every year. To be honest, I'm still behind. I haven't finished my one from last year, which is always my goal every year, is to finish the last one before I start the next one. I'm a little behind this year, but I will get it done because it is a priority for me. So anyway, I will be sharing probably more about that as I get that out and get that started and completed. And so I'm just layering up in the corner there the flags and trying to find a clip. I was going to use that gold clip, which I think is a Kate Spade clip, but I decided I just didn't like the gold clip with it. So you're going to see me switch that out for a pink heart clip. Can't remember, honestly, if the heart clip is from Freckled Fawn or if it's just one that I purchased somewhere. You can find these shaped clips everywhere now, and so I can't remember because I just have a bowl that I have these in, and so that was in that bowl, and I just dug it out and stuck with a pink on that one. And then I'm going to add that label. I have a bunch of labels like that. I don't know where the label came from. I think it's probably one that I cut with my silhouette, because I do have, I just print out sheets of labels at a time. They're all over online. You can find free links to free labels. I find them all the time. Or if you have a kit, I know like a lot of mine came from Studio Calico because I used to be a subscriber for their main kit club. I am still part of their Project Life subscribers. I do subscribe to that. So sometimes you can get the labels, their digital files labels from there, and you can either print them on your printer and cut them out by hand, which I have done before, or you can print them on your silhouette, which is very quick. That's, I just love to have those labels to pull from. So I probably had a big bowl of those and pulled those out there. And then I'm going to add a few sequins here. And I'm going to pull in, this is where I'm pulling some of the green. I didn't want to do heavy on the teal or the mint green, but I am going to add a few of the green sequins. And you're going to see me fuss with these sequins for a while. I have yet to find a really good way to adhere sequins. The little pickup stick that I have, that works great, but then I have a hard time getting it off that, and so then I have to use something else to hold it down, and it's probably why I don't use sequins that much, because they're just, I have a hard time dealing with them. And so I'm fussing with these a little bit, and even though I do like the look of them, I'm just trying to find the placement and the right colors and that I want to use. So now to adhere these, I use the Ranger Multimedia Matte, and it's just a little bottle. You're going to see me use it here, and I've seen people use this for applying sequins, wood veneer, that type of thing. I had a little bit of trouble with it, to be honest with you. When I've seen other people use it, it looked very quick and easy. It's just a little bottle, comes in handy, but I had a hard time. First of all, it didn't want to come out, and when it did come out, it was just a big blob, and I had to wipe it up. You're going to see that here. Maybe because I haven't used it a lot, I don't know. And I've tried glossy accents. I'm not a fan of glossy accents on some things because you can still see it, even though it works great. I like a really fine tip where I can just put a little dab on and not have to worry about it showing through, which glossy accents does, but if you get it anywhere else, you're going to see that gloss. The multimedia matte that I'm using, it does dry clear, but I had a little bit of problem getting it to flow. So it could just be that I haven't used it enough. It was a new bottle, and so that could be my problem. I'm still going to try it and see if I can fall in love with it, hopefully. I used to use the Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive, which I absolutely love. However, for those of you that have tried it, they've changed the nozzle on it, and it used to have a really red fine tip nozzle, which I loved because you could use it to apply fine things, small pieces like this, and it would just give you a little dab of glue. And if you needed more, you could just squeeze out more. Well, they've changed the tip now, and it's like a white tip, and it's a lot bigger. It's like a regular glue bottle, like you'd see on Aleene's, or it's a big circle, big opening, and so you can't do the fine applications like you used to be able to do. And I've looked everywhere for that fine red tip. I've looked in stores thinking maybe they have an older bottle that has the red tip, and I have yet to find one. So I don't use that glue a lot anymore, because the main reason I did use it was because of that fine tip. And I even went so far as to email the company because I felt so strongly about that tip being changed, and they emailed me back basically and just said, thank you for your response. However, that's kind of the way it is, and we have a lot of crafters that love it. So I didn't get very far there. So if you do have a Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive with the red fine tip nozzle, you'll want to hang on to it, because you cannot find those anymore. And if I could find another one, I'd just keep refilling it. But I said all that to say, I was using the matte multimedium as hoping that would be a great replacement for me. I have yet to fall in love with it, but we'll see how it goes. So I did finally get the sequins applied with it, and so it worked. So we'll keep trying that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just apply some like an adhesive, dimensional adhesive to that card to keep it popped up. Now, for some reason, I will tell you here, my camera, for whatever reason, cut out, and so you're going to miss the splatters that I put on the page. I did some splatters with the gold, and you can see the black ink there. Here's a few close-ups, and so I missed that on the video. I do apologize about that, but I do have some close-ups for you, and I think that's going to about wrap it up. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here soon. Thanks, and I do look forward to your comments and your thumbs up. Thank you.